Yeah. Yeah. DayTraderRockStar here. Ram in the Bush video. RamBot video. World premiere launch this week.
Everybody trying to make it, people trying to fake it, fighting to make a stand, beating a hip and hand. Don't cry, just give him a try. He's the ram in the bush and he's standing by. Just keep in mind, he's not hard to find. You gotta pick up your cross, you gotta walk the line. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. If you want to know.
Oh my God! When I came across this song, I tell you, I hit a jackpot again. The ram in the bush.
He's waiting in the bush, your backup plan. He's waiting in the bush to give you a hand.
Yeah, ram in the bush. I can't stop singing this. I walk down the street singing this. Back at you here, DayTraderRockStar, with a special video to announce the full launch of the RamBot. And that with our world premiere, Ram in the Bush by Clueless My Pop. Excellent tune. That's our theme song for Ram in the RamBot. We'll be playing that a lot. So, yeah, it's totally excited. Just totally excited because it's the second time I'm doing this video. The first video came out with no audio. So, and I was so excited doing that video. Because it was just a lot of things we were looking at. Let me see if I can actually recreate that magic. You know, I had some great magic there. Let me see if I could actually recreate that. Now, this is the recent alerts. Now, if you're not familiar, the RamBot is a signal, you know, a condition in the market that alerts me that I want to probably trade, and I have it signaled off of the S&P or the futures, E-mini futures. But we could put a signal on that anyway, and it's based off our lane divergence methodology, and it's just a fantastic way of identifying these things. So I've managed to be able to get these things to give me a signal when we have this condition in the market. It sends the alert into our trade alert box on the site, on our dashboard. It also sends it into the chat rooms, so you don't miss it. Soon it will be sent to you via email and whatever choice you like. We're setting up a whole new alert system. So these RamBot alerts, you can actually customize and say, all right, I want my 5-minute alert sent to me or texted to me, whatever. It's going to be fantastic. So very excited about it. So I just want to say that I'm done with the sell side setup, and that will also be, because you can see these are the alerts that we've been having. We're going to look at and kind of go back on this. And I'm going to actually show you before I get too far ahead of myself here. Let me say I have so much to go over. Now I'm going over it a second time. What I did have before was the picture of the trade alert box, but I'm going to have to bring that up to you in a bit. All right, this is, on the dashboard is where you're going to get those alerts. I just want to make sure that everyone's familiar where you get those alerts. Now we have these are where all the my trades, the HPS setups get triggered. The RamBot here is right here. Now you could turn it on, turn them all off if you want. If you just get rid of them all, it's black. You could pick what you want. There's my trades, the HPS trades, the RamBot, the news, Financial Juice, and we have some other bots which filters in Twitter and some other cool stuff on the site. And then of course everything else that goes along, all the audio channels, the news channel, music channel, auxiliary channel, but that's where everything's going to show up. And in the chat room, when you go up here, you have different chats you could look at, and that's where they'll be going in there too. But being a Saturday afternoon, nothing's going to happen there. So back here to our alerts, and we had alerts from 11. What time is it? We're going to go back here. Yeah, this is a very interesting day. All right, so this is all Thursday when we started getting the alerts. We had our first alert actually was a one-off at 11:11 area, but the market was in a free fall at that point. And I think one of the first things that I did this week was put out a tutorial video for the members to kind of really talk about the RamBot, how to use the RamBot. That's another thing I wanted to mention, is that we have that video out there that we just sent out, and it explains how to use it, what's the signal, how to apply your stop, where do you take profits, and everything else you want to know about the RamBot. I just put a video out there. It's about 40 minutes long. I sent it out yesterday. All right. But for people out there who don't have access to that, it's just a fantastic tool. It's a tool, and what I usually do is, I kind of monitor it. Nothing's foolproof. When the market's acting strange because of news or something like that, you have to take that in consideration. You also have to add other pieces of the puzzle together. It's not just taking it and letting it go. I mean, lots of times when you see the results here, you're going to say, wow, that's amazing. I just want to take every signal. But, you have to make sure, like I said, this first signal of the day, 11:10, the market was kind of in a free fall here. And it kind of just blew through it. But we also know that that we look for as a visual confirmation. And there's other criteria we want to use to help us get into our entry, and that involves the candlestick. Now in the recent video I just did, tutorial video, I discussed the candlesticks you need to apply, and you can see each one of these signals actually had a pretty decent candle. The candle is very important to have a decent what we call a shadow or a tail. In this case, a longer tail than typical long tail. The longer the tail, the better. The more of that hammer, the more it closes near the high, the better. I don't get too concerned as long as I have that tail that really represents a possible low where we can apply our stop at. As long as I have that signal, the better. That's what I'm really counting on, is to kind of give me an area where I could place a stop, and that's what we use that for. And that's all. We go into detail. So, as you can see, there was a couple alerts here, and these are fantastic. When you go back here and take a look at that, we looked at 11:17, 11:35, and you see at 11:45 here we have a 5-minute divergence, a 5-minute ram in the bush divergence, the RamBot, and it was a Russell divergence too. So what's interesting about the Russell divergence, and that was a 5-minute Russell too, is when they happen next to each other on a 5-minute time frame, it's usually one of the better areas of the market to look for a major move. And we go back to that level on the chart. Well, first of all, we go back to this one. That was the 11:30 one. Nice candle, nice move up. And we talk about that, during the, and learn how to trade the RamBot. You have to also know your exit strategy and how to get out of the trade, and where to place your stop and everything. But here we had that 11:45 one, and this was marked in green, because I'm going to start marking the 5 minutes in green, keeping the 1 minutes in yellow. Kind of gives us a better. And like I said, 5-minute time frame setups are stronger and usually move further than a 1-minute time frame. And we use the same type of criteria to exit the trade, so you don't get caught in any pullback. You take advantage of everything. And as you can see, this eventually moved into a rising wedge pattern, and we recognize that. We recognize that. We know the probabilities that the market's going to break back down, so we know where we want to take our short. In this case, this wasn't might have came up as a divergence. I don't see the divergence. But that now we're going to have our short side divergence being set up. And from that point on, we had another buy divergence here, and you can see a nice little move. And when you see these moves, it's you're saying, all right, what's the next piece of the puzzle? Well, is to be able to trade them. What do you trade these moves off of? And of course, it's perfect for the futures, for the futures traders, S&P futures traders, the Russell traders. Anything you apply the bot to will pick out these areas. So you could use it with crude, you could use it, anything. Here we have another, this looks like at 240. Let's just go back here and take a look at that. Was it 210? Let's see here. 210. We had a 1 minute and a Russell. And then at 240 and 242, there we go. We had a 1 minute and a 5-minute signal. So this is what we call a dual time frame divergence, which is kind of a double the power. So right here I made two circles. One is a yellow circle, one is a green circle, representing a dual time frame setup. So we had that green setup here, biggest move of the day so far. Look at this move. Another green circle represents a 5-minute setup, and look at the nice move up. Inside that 5-minute time frame, you'll have other 1-minute setups too. So remember, that's all taught on the site. I teach that every single day live. we talk about all this stuff. So, but this is the new edition, and you know, starting tomorrow or starting Monday, we'll be you know, getting both buy side and sell side, and then in the very near future, we're going to have special alerts going out to all the members any way they want it. Remember, you could trade these signals. You don't have to just trade futures. You could trade them using the ETFs, the SPY, you know, any of the leveraged ETFs, the SPXU, the SSO. There's so many different kinds of them. And then you could also trade the options on the ETFs, the SPY options. I enjoy that. And you have to, you know, you have to understand you're not going to get the bang for the buck. But for the price, you might, you know, it really depends. You want to be able to take those bigger trades off that 5-minute setup and really, you know, understand the overall market. This is all part of the high probability methodology. You know, this RamBot is just part of it. Just makes it easier to you know, kind of identify where we want to trade. High probability methodology teaches us about the patterns we want to trade and where they tend to break out. And when you start to put everything together, saying, all right, we're in that 65 to 75% area of the wedge, and you all of a sudden you see a divergence, that should be a click there and say, wow, this is a powerful spot. You know, this is where you come to go to work. You know, whatever analogy you want to use, but you put up or shut up at this point. This is your good hand. You have to bet it. All right, and then from that point on, it is, you know, game on. Discipline, patience. You know, those are the big ones. You know, discipline, waiting for your trade to come to, but discipline also to take it off and to kind of protect that profit. Now, also in the video, we talked about using multiple contracts or multiple shares and the benefit behind that, because we have such a good profit, what we call a profit methodology, or, you know, exit scenario. We have a really good one, but it's better to have that secondary runner or more to just follow the bigger moves, you know, because the 1 minute time frame, there's an obvious entry and an obvious exit. The 5 minute will go longer, but a lot of people might get chopped out here, or, you know, whatever. It'll be great to take profits, move your stop up to break even, and then let the trade work, and then manage it that way. Manage it using the HPS methodology still. Understanding your channels, understanding your dual stochastics, understanding your flags, the triple stochastic flag setup. All this, it all comes together in one perfect piece, one big puzzle. It's all put together. I mean, this is just the next piece of it, and it makes it a lot easier to identify these great areas. So, excited to announce that's what we're going to be doing this week. I'm going to put this, you know, bot to the test, actually. So definitely come by, watch Day Trading Radio next week, all week. You'll see it in action. I'll be monitoring it. We'll be taking each one of the setups, and we'll be making sure everything works fine. All right. And then, you know what? Important to get on board as a member. You know, we're going to keep a lot of these alerts actually go to the members. They go inside. I sometimes talk a lot about them because I'm trading them, and it's great for the show, but you know, when something works so good, we want to keep that, you know, keep it tight within the family. So, if you, you know, we appreciate your support. DayTradingRadio.com. With that said, we'll see you in the markets. Again, trade alert box is, you know, where to find it, and don't forget the visual confirmation. I'll give you that. That's what I talk about, the visual confirmation. If you have any questions or anything, you get in touch with me at DTRS@DayTradingRadio.com. I'll see you in the markets Sunday night. Futures open up at 6 o'clock, but feel free to come by. And I guess I got to finish with my my theme song now. I got to find my theme song. I think I already lost it. I think I shut it down by mistake. It was such a great theme song. Yeah, there we go. There's a ram in the bush. RamBot.